Hey there, and welcome to this session solving tactics on chesstempo.com with the Advocate. Today we're doing 1800 to 1900 mixed. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. It's morning time, I'm a little bit tired. I don't see a clear way to win a piece just yet. If bishop takes, knight takes, that's a clear, there's nothing going on there. And if knight takes first, there's bishop takes check. Wait, but the bishop is pinned to the rook. So I have knight takes, bishop takes, bishop takes, bishop takes, rook takes, and I'm up a piece. Knight takes, bishop takes here. Then I can just take the rook for free, yeah? Then he takes here and I'm up the exchange. So should I take with the bishop or should I take with the knight? Let's take with the bishop. Yeah, let's take with the bishop. So bishop takes, bishop takes. Bishop takes, he's going to take here. Then I'm going to take here. He takes here with check. I play king here. It's really difficult actually to get it all in your head, in my head. So bishop takes. Or knight takes. Knight takes, bishop takes check. King here. And if the rook moves away, I'm actually not winning material. If the rook just moves away. So I should take with the knight. I should take with the knight. That way the rook can't play with to d1. So knight takes. That way bishop takes will eventually be forced. So knight takes. And if bishop takes here, there's pawn takes. Bishop takes, rook takes. That's actually equality. Knight takes. Knight takes, bishop takes here. And if I take here, the bishop can go back. Excuse me. Even worse, no, there isn't. There isn't. I was thinking knight takes, bishop takes check, king here, and then he would have e4. But it doesn't work because of knight takes b1. I do think knight c3 is the move. Knight c3, Bishop takes c6 check, king e7. Material is equal. So if he just plays rook c1, he's okay. If I take with the bishop, is it different? No. So I don't really see how I win material here. Very long combination. I saw something like this. I saw up to here and decided that it wasn't going to be good. But yeah, I didn't combine this idea. Where did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong? So rook takes, bishop takes, bishop takes. I saw this. Rook takes, I don't think I saw that. I saw rook takes, I don't think I was planning on playing rook takes. Bishop takes c3, and this exchange, I saw this exchange. Bishop takes b1, rook takes h1. Rook check. If king e1, rook h1. If knight e1, bishop d3 check. Up a piece. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I've had this problem before. Queen takes c2. Queen h6. And knight d. Queen h6. Knight g6 is enough to defend. And queen c2, queen f4, knight d7 will defend f6 square, and then the rook comes to g8 to cover g7. Yep. I got that problem wrong the last time I played it, and so that's why it sticks out in my brain. So queen check, king c6. But what about queen f6? Queen f6, king c7. No. What else could I do? queen check, king c6, rook c5, pawn takes c5, d6, d5, d5, if rook e6, bishop e6, queen e6, king c7, it's the same problem. Oh, wait, but if rook e6, bishop e6, rook e6, king d5, then I'd have a very nice revealed check, no? With rook takes b6. Wait, rook e6, bishop e6, rook e6, king forced. Then I could play rook double check, king d6, queen check, king c7, rook check, king b8, queen takes his mate. So rook, bishop, rook, check, double check. No. So his only squares are d6 and c6. In either case, queen check, his only square will be c7. Rook check, if rook d7, rook takes d7, his only square is b8, and then queen b7 is mate. Double check. Just checking to make certain there's no better mating sequence now that I'm here. If I give this check here, he'll go here. If I give this check here, where's he going to go? He's going to go here. So I shouldn't. If I give this check here, king here, is queen check mate. Rook check, rook e7 check, king d6 forced, queen e7 mate. He can't go here, he can't go here, he can't go here. The pawn controls c5. Wait. Oh. I can't believe I got that right, even though it was wrong. So here there's queen c4, queen c4, king d6, queen e6, queen c4. The only available square is d6, and then queen e6 will be mate. And the other mate that I saw, I just want to see if it's correct. Check was this one, rook e5, but then queen here, rook here, king here. I'm sorry. So yeah, my first calculation was actually wrong, and I was right to check it. One second, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. All right, let's get this party restarted. White to move, bishop e6, bishop e3. Knight check is very close to mate, yeah? Knight check and knight c6 is just mate. Check. King e7. Check. King e6. Knight check. King e7, rook d7 mate, so he has to give up the exchange. Knight f6, king e7. If I give the rook check first, he's got king e6. So no. So knight check, king e7, knight check, king e6, knight d8 check, and if king e7, rook d7 mate. So he has to give up the exchange. And I don't see an improvement. Knight d5. And just win the piece. Oh, knight d5. Oh, and win the piece instead of the exchange. Oh, that's not nice. There's nowhere else for him to go. So he has to give up the exchange. Oh, but then at the end of it, there's bishop g5. Oh my god. At the end of the line, there's bishop g5, losing material. Oh, that is brutal. Wow. If I were better at visualizing, I should have been able to see that. Yeah. Yeah. Rook takes d4. Knight f4, threatening mate. but I don't see any way to win my to keep my piece. If g3, queen takes c5, pawn takes f4, the rook is hanging at the end of the line, so I would lose my rook. If rook takes, knight f4, rook g3, queen takes c5. Do I have anything there? Because now g7 is pretty soft. What if I played queen b2 first? Queen b2, that way knight f4 could be met with rook g3. Queen b2, if knight f4, queen b3, queen f6, doesn't work. And I'm still on two pieces. So queen b2, and what's he gonna do? Queen b2, knight f4 doesn't work. Or does it? Queen b2, knight f4. If I play rook g3, he can play queen takes c5. And then if I play queen d4, that's material equality. So instead, I should play rook takes c4 with reveals. Doesn't feel quite right to me. Something feels a little bit shaky. Because I could get the same position. I could get that exact same position by playing rook takes d4, knight f4, rook g3, and then just playing queen c3 or queen b2. It's the exact same position. Queen b2, knight f4, rook g3, queen takes c5. I'm not seeing it. I think I should just take. Rook takes, knight. Because this is just taking too long, I'm sorry. Now, pawn g3, queen c5, and I can't take the knight back. Wait, I can play knight. Why was that so difficult to find? Knight e4, knight e3 covering g2 and covering c5. Not even a difficult move. Not even a difficult move. Bishop g4 is a little bit unnecessary in this position, I feel. Queen takes d5, threatening c2 check. Queen d2. Surely there is more. Queen d8, king d8, knight e4, bishop g4, queen d8, rook d8. Some opening trap here. Well, there is queen c5. There's queen c5 threatening c2, queen d2, queen takes d2, king takes d2, knight e4. Oh, is that the idea? Just queen d2 check, queen d2 check, queen d2, pawn d2, king d2, and then knight e4. Huh. Go figure. Just a different 4-king square. Nice. Yeah, because I was having trouble figuring out. Yeah, nice problem. Very nice. That's a cute one. Very cute. Because if he doesn't take, he loses the rook. And if he does take, he loses the bishop. Very forcing, very clean. So the idea is, can I run away? That is the debate here. That is the discussion. So king g7, queen e7, king h6, queen f8, king g5. Looks like I might get away. King g5, then there's queen f6, king h5. I'm not getting away. So there's no way for me to run away here. So I should just play king f7, queen check, king f8. As long as I stay in this area, I don't think I'm getting mated. So let's look at king f7, queen d7 check, king f8, queen takes e6, c2, queen f6, check, king e8, e6, threatening mate. So maybe the point isn't that I can't run away. The point is that I have to run away to get away from the e-pawn. Because king f7, queen d7, I could play, no, I can't play king g8. Because then picks up e6 with check. So if king f7, queen check, I would have to play king f8, queen d6, queen d6, and queen f6, queen d6, queen e6, I'm sorry, queen takes e6, and c2, queen f6, king g8, pawn e6, and he's faster than me. Okay, so king g7. King g7, queen f6, not king g8. Maybe king h7, maybe king h6. So queen f6, king g7, I'm sorry, king g7, queen f6, king h6. Now in this position, if queen takes a6, c2, queen h3 check, king g7, e6, c1 queens. And I'm in time. Okay. So king g7. Now, I said king h6, but is king h7 better? What's the difference between king h6 and king h7? If king h6, does he have g5, g4? King h6, g5. King h6, g5, c2, g5 check, g4, g5 check, king h7, queen check, king h8, queen takes g6, queen takes e6. Both of them are with the idea of promotion, c1 queens. And he's not in time. He's not even on the 6th rank rack yet. So king h6? No. King h7 is the move. So if king h6, g4, so g4, I was right. So g4, c2, what's the point? What's the point? g5, king h7, king h8, queen takes, c1 queens. This is the line that I calculated. Maybe the point is this, queen h6, king g7, and then queen takes e6. I felt, I could feel that king h7 was the right move, but I didn't want to play it when I couldn't prove that. But I had my suspicions. g5 winning. G5 just wins. D8, knight E8. The bishop does protect that square. So G5 first. G5 first. G5, queen check, king G2, bishop G2. If queen check, I have king H2 and I'm safe. So G5, threatening queen D8, threatening queen D8, queen G8 mate. So G5, G5, knight G8 was the move that I was most worried about. So G5, knight G8, queen D8. Queen takes E3 check. King H1. There's a little bit of a road ahead in that position. G5, knight G8, queen D8, queen takes E check. Queen takes E check, and then he can just take on E7. So that doesn't work. Wait, G5, knight G8. Do I have? I do. I have queen D4 check. Yeah. I have queen D4 check. F6. F6. Pawn takes F6. Pawn takes F6, and knight takes E7. F7 mate. G5, knight G8, queen check. F6 is forced. F6 is forced. Pawn takes F6. Knight takes F6 is mate. Knight takes E7 is mate. So he needs to play queen D1. He needs to play queen D1. G5, knight G8, queen check, F6, G takes F, queen D1. F7, F7 check, queen takes F7, pawn takes G8, queens. Okay, so if G5 first, queen G3 check, bishop, and then what? You can't play this. And Okay. Okay. So the point is that the knight can go to e7. The point is that the knight can go to e7. Okay. And not g8. I'm sorry if the volume has been a little bit too high. Man, that's a real heartbreaker. Because there's this really great line with knight g8, check, f6 forced, pawn takes. No, why the fuck's the queen over there? G5, knight g8, pawn check, f6 forced, g takes f, queen d1, f7 mates, queen takes is forced, then g promotes with mate. But, oh well. There's no mate here that I could possibly. If there's a mate here, it's Paul. It's out of this world. Um, excuse me. Knight f3 unfortunately doesn't work. I'm feeling a little bit bad. I failed the last two problems or something like that. Feels bad. Okay, so there's rook c3, there's queen a1. None of those win material. Rook c3, rook takes, rook takes. I'm threatening the knight, and I'm also threatening knight f3. There's rook takes f2, knight g4. But that's just a fancy way of trading material. And I'm currently down a pawn. Currently down a pawn. So I'm not going to play rook c3 unless I see some sort of winning line. Rook c3, rook takes queen, rook takes queen, rook takes queen. And he needs to defend the knight. So he just plays rook f4. And he's fine. and I'm still down material. I can take on c4 afterwards, and then it's equal material. Okay, I can take on c4 for equal material and the better pawn structure. Okay, there's definitely an argument to be made for that now. Okay, yeah, so rook c3 to get equal material as well as get a better pawn structure. But that's only if I can't find any sort of material winning move, which currently I can't. If that rook were on a1, this would be a totally different position. Because there's some good ideas with the rook on a1. But what about just queen e3? Threatening g3. How does he defend g3? How does he defend g3? Knight h1. Knight h1, there's rook a1. So queen e3, knight h1. That's definitely the most threatening move that I can find in the position. Queen e3. Queen e3, rook f3 doesn't work. Queen e3. Queen e3. Knight e4 is a move. Okay, I'm going to go for this. Knight h1. And now there's knight d6. Knight d3, knight e for knight e1. So if rook a1, threatening what? Queen check, king h3. Do I have anything else? Queen takes, rook takes, bishop takes. Queen takes, bishop takes, rook takes. No. So if I play knight d and he plays rook e4, what am I really getting out of that? I play knight f3 check, bishop takes f3. If I play queen takes rook, pawn takes, knight check, king g1. If rook a1 check, there's just bishop f1. Doesn't work. But then, oh my god, holy shit. Queen takes f4, pawn takes f4, knight check, king g1, rook a1 check, king f1, or bishop f1, rook takes f1, king takes f1, knight e3 check, forking the king and the queen. Is that it? Queen takes, pawn takes, knight check, rook, bishop check, knight, fork, pick up. Oh my god. All of the material just comes off the board. What a move. Wow. Wow. Queen e3 was a difficult move to find for me. I think I sort of, when I couldn't see the initial pattern, I sort of just gave up on it. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for being here today. I hope you enjoyed specifically that last one. It was really nice. And until the next time, good luck on your chess journey.